What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is Season 6, Episode 2, and let's get right into the review. Y'all, so we start off with Trina. She's in the studio, and baby, since she has had her tiny desk appearance, she is just oh so busy. Now she's in the studio working on new music. She's supposed to be working on an all-female album called Queens Don't Compete. And according to her, this first song that she's working on, it sounds real good. And she's working on this project with a woman by the name of Super Cindy. According to the show, Super Cindy is a really big radio host out in Miami. And, she's been around for a while. So Super Cindy ends up inviting Trina to this cypher that she does. She says that she's been doing it for a couple of years now. And, she's hosting it. And basically she has new artists come in, spit some bars or whatever, just to put them on other people's radar. Now, she wants Trina to come because she has a few artists that she actually wants Trina to meet. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see, Trina interact with some new people. Cool. Let's slide on over to Amara. Amara and Safaree. Y'all, they gonna drain us this entire season, but we gonna stick it out. So she's over here reading the comments about their new relationship announcement. Now, according to Safaree, he not about to argue with the internet about what he does and does not do for his children, because y'all already know that the internet ate Safaree up, thanks to all the things that Erica Mena has said about him, on top of the fact that you just got 2 children who are not yours Rolex watches. That's probably from DH but we gonna let him rock out with that. So Amara, she talks about how she's scared to be with him, but they're gonna take their time with their situationship. Whoop-de-doo. Like, honestly, the more that I see Amara and Safaree, I just feel like they're both doing this so that way they can stay on the show. Because what does Safaree have going on and what does Amara have going on? At one point, Amara was supposed to be an artist. We ain't seen her be an artist in years. Safaree, again, supposed to be an artist. Ain't done nothing in years. They just trying to keep their checks coming in. It is what it is. Let's go on to Shay. Shay is out here doing a photo shoot for her daughter's birthday party, right? Okay, cool. Cute little girl. Now, she's so happy that her baby daddy is there. First of all, the only Fabo that we recognize is the one who was starting to see spaceships on Bankhead. That's the only Fabo I know. I don't know this man. But we gonna rock out with the story. So, first of all, she talking about some, you only got 365 days to propose to me. Girl, I'm going to need you to start counting down on them days. Because the last time that we saw you, you said he had 365. He should be about at 350 by now. Start counting them days down, girl. Nonetheless, he talking about some, it's a process. And he not ready for marriage. However, he's willing to knock her up again. Talking about some, Jaja, she needs a sibling. Sir, get your life together. You've been playing with this woman for, what is it? She said 10 years they've been going back and forth. 10 years? That's a long time. And you don't know what you trying to do yet? Hell, Shay got to be in her 40s at this point. She was on Flavor of Love. That was in the early 2000s. So, here we go with this man talking about he's going to go meet up with Safaree because, they both Jamaican. And that's supposed to be a plan. She doesn't want her man anywhere near Safaree because of all the things that she's heard about him. Let's go ahead and move on. Trick Daddy Dollars. He in the studio rapping, putting down some bars. And next thing you know, Gunplay shows up. It's been a minute since we've seen Gunplay on our screens. But you know what? He's back on the show. According to him, he done changed his life, y'all. So it seems like in this moment, Gunplay is clean. He's sober. They talk about how, Trick Daddy done took those dusty golds out of his mouth. And Gunplay goes on to say that, he's married now. He has a 24-year-old wife named Von Shay. Now, this girl is getting her PhD. Girl, why are you with him? Please make it make sense. Now, he has a child now, and he seems like he has completely changed his life. Now, according to Trick Daddy, though, he's staying away from the cocaine as well. And I'm just like, I don't know if I believe you, but we gonna follow the story. Now, let's slide on over to this meetup between Safaree and geeked up Fabo. Yes, I'm going to continue to make references to that same Fabo that we all know. So they are meeting up. However, why is Shay here? Shay decided to bring her tail right on with Fabo to come meet up with Safaree because she don't trust Safaree that much. Girl, get you some business, please. So Safaree is telling Shay how she can't rush this man into marrying her. But I'm like, again, it's been 10 years. Like, you gotta make something move or something. And they end up talking about him and Amara. Or, like Shay likes to say, Amara. Like, I don't know why she put so much emphasis in Amara's name, but it cracks me up every time. So they talk about him and Amara, and he says that he loves her. I don't think that he loves Amara in that way. I think that he has love for her because he has known her, he said, for like 5 years. So they cool. So Safaree, he feels like, Shay's commentary on the video was negative because she's the one who posted the video of, him showing off the Rolexes or whatever, and them announcing that they were in a relationship on her social media. And basically, she's like, if Amara likes it, I'm here for it, or something like that. And, I mean, I get it. It can be taken, in a negative way, but I don't think that was her intention. They talk about, Amara, she feels a way as well. Now, Safaree already said he felt a way. Now he's letting her know that Amara, she feels a way as well. And at some point, her and Shay, they gonna have to talk. So here comes Shay like, oh yeah, we could possibly have a double date. And, maybe me and Amara, we could get pregnant at the same time, like kind of joking. However, joke's on you, girl, because here comes Safaree saying, well, I plan on getting a vasectomy soon. And Shay's taken aback and she's like, well, have you told Amara this? Because, Amara wants more kids. And here's the thing. It's his body. He can do what he wants. He a big boy now, okay? He can do whatever he wants with his body. I would not be surprised if he already told Amara this and he's just not telling us this. Also, Amara has 2 children. He has 2 children. That's enough kids between the both of them. So if they want to continue a relationship, it's enough kids. They don't need no more. We don't need no more kids between Amara and Safaree. Okay, 4 kids? That's a lot. But let's go ahead and move on. All right, so we actually get to meet a new cast member by the name of Zoe Brinks. She is low-key trying to give Missy Elliott vibes with the singing and rapping, but if I'm going to be honest, I wasn't feeling it. I was not. I need to hear something else. So she's filming a music video and she's letting us know that she was a writer. She has written songs for other people. However, now she wants to take the main stage. She also does hair to, keep her lifestyle afloat. And unfortunately, she's actually sleeping at her shop. She's doing her client's hair, which we see, and she's so excited that she's going to be doing Super Cindy Cypher, right? Like, she's like, yeah, I'm going there, I'm going to kill it. There's a possibility that Trina's going to be there. Like, baby girl's happy about this. And I'm just like, I already know something is going to go left. Now, let's slide on back with Gunplay. Baby, when I tell you, he is really leaning in on the fact that he has changed his life, okay? He wearing a shirt that says drug-free on it. I mean, you would think that he just joined the DARE program. But we gonna let that rock, okay? Because it is good that this man is finally clean, because we remember how he was when he was on drugs, okay? In the previous seasons. Nonetheless, it's him and his daughter. We learned that his daughter actually had a birth defect, and it required surgery. He talks about how they posted up a GoFundMe to help, with the cost of the surgery. Now, here we get to see Von Shay. Their connection is so strange to me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, this girl is smart, well-traveled, beautiful. Why is she with this dusty man? Like, I'm sorry, Gunplay is dusty to me. I don't care if he's clean at the moment. Like, what does Gunplay have going on for himself? Like, girl, and you married him too? Why would you do that? It's really crazy to me. Nonetheless, she brings up how, she has a 401k, so he can go to the doctor whenever he wants to. Why did this man think that it cost $401,000? Like, I'm sorry. For me, their whole relationship is giving bootleg power, but Gunplay ain't no type of Ghost, okay? Because Ghost was smart on power. Gunplay is dumb. Nonetheless, we actually hear about, her having a sip and see for the baby. And clearly there's an issue between Gunplay and her mother. Because he's like, if your mom is there, I'm not going to be there. Now, we get some background information. And growing up in her household, Von Shay, she says that, the household was very education driven. And her mom, as she got older, she still wanted to have control of her, even though she was grown. Now, keep in mind, though, she's only 24 years old. So, honestly, I'm not even really mad at the mom trying to, be involved in her life. Because, in my own opinion, when you like early 20s, like 24, you're not really grown. You think you grown. According to, legal things, you're grown. But you don't really know how to handle all adult situations. You really don't. Nonetheless, the older I get, I also realize that some parents do need to be more involved with their kids past the age of 18. And clearly Von Shay needs some guidance. Because there's no way you should be with no old man like Gunplay, who has a criminal record. He has, I don't know what going on for himself, but he done trapped you, okay? This man saw that you was a good thing and trapped you. Nonetheless, I feel like her being with Gunplay is just a way for her to rebel against her mom or whatever. Come to find out, though, the mom done wrote a 3-page letter calling this man a cokehead, talking about his parents, like all kind of things. I said, whoa, ma'am, what made you even want to write that letter? That's my question. Because if you just wrote this 3-page letter out the blue, that's crazy. So Von Shay, she says that her mom felt like marrying Gunplay and having a baby by him was the worst decision that she made. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The mama wasn't lying. Like, we see what happened in real time. Like, what's currently happening with Von Shay and Gunplay, and how he don't look like he done relapsed. What did he do? Like, he held her at gunpoint or some craziness with the baby in her arm. Yeah, your mama was right. She was trying to tell you ahead of time, leave this fool alone. But you didn't want to listen. Nonetheless, Von Shay and Gunplay start to argue. And he basically says, F the sip and see. And this whole argument ended with him saying, F your mama. I said, you know what? I'm done. This is too much for me. But let's go ahead and move on. So we actually see Super Cindy and they are shooting the cipher, right? Miami Tip shows up. I'm trying to figure out, what does Miami Tip do? Like, she says that she's a manager, but who is she managing? Nonetheless, Zoe shows up and, she's rapping in the cypher. We see Trina and her sidekick, Bobby. They get there or whatever, and we actually learn that Bobby did one of these ciphers before, and he didn't sound bad. I said, okay, Bobby. Now here's my thing. By the time Trina got out the car, she already complaining. Like, she done complained the whole time walking to the actual venue. Like, she ain't even got into the building for real, and she complaining. I'm like, girl, what is your problem? She over here talking about I only got a few minutes. If you only have a few minutes, then why did you show up? Like, you did more walking to get to the cipher than actual time you spent seeing the cipher. You could have stayed home for that. So, like, she's literally walking in talking about I have to be somewhere else. So then she ends up sitting down because her feet hurt. And I'm just like, what is this? Like, she literally says to Cindy, because Cindy sees Trina walk in. She goes up to her. She's like, hi, Cindy, bye, Cindy. And I'm like, wait a second. What did Cindy do to you, girl? Why are you giving her that type of energy? Like, you're being so rude. And then here comes Zoe. She walks up, and you can tell she's so excited to meet Trina. But after this, I wouldn't even mess with Trina. I honestly wouldn't. Especially when Zoe was like, oh, it was so nice meeting you. And Trina was like, you're welcome. Girl, woo. If I was Zoe, I would have clocked Trina right then and there. Because Trina, you are absolutely too rude, okay? Let's not act like you really still that girl. See, and actually, this right here, in this moment, this is when I realized that it's a reason why people always say, oh, Trina never reached, the success of the other girls, of her era. I see why, okay? Because Trina probably never reached that success level, as some of the other rap girls, of her time, because she has a nasty attitude and thinks that the world revolves around her. Like, even Bobby is side-eyeing Trina right now because this whole situation is rude. Like, Zoe is extremely disappointed, and Cindy has to tell her, like, don't take it personal. You know what I mean? She probably has other things going on. But Zoe is like, nah, that was extremely weird. And it was. Like, it's crazy to me that Trina did a Tiny Desk episode and now she act like she bigger than everybody. Girl, please chill out, because let's be honest. As much as we like Trina, her career was actually quite limited back in the day because of her content, okay? As much as we talk about how Little Kim was very raunchy or whatever, the difference between Kim and Trina was that Kim had other songs to offer us that could be played on radio versus the things that Trina had to offer, because most of Trina's music was quite explicit, if we want to be completely honest. So she definitely set the standard for what the current girls are doing. However, at the time of when Trina was out, like, there was no real commercial success for, like, Pull Over. Like, come on, let's be honest here. And as much as, like, I like Trina's music, I just feel like it's not like she got the same, success level as like a Missy Elliott, a Eve, a lot of the other rap girls, because she was kind of one-dimensional now that I think about it. Trina was a one-dimensional rapper who always rapped about the same things, the same way that the girls do now. She really is the blueprint for them. But nonetheless, I can see why her and that nasty attitude and her crazy disposition, thinking that she better than everybody, got her where she is now. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to go ahead and move on because we got to get to this baby's sip and see. So, Gunplay and Shay, they're having the sip and see. We actually see Shay and Amada because they are supposedly friends with Von Shay. And I'm just like, y'all could be Von Shay's aunties. But okay. So Shay feels a way about Amada because she hasn't been upfront with her about what's going on with her and Safari. Next thing you know, the couple arrives with the baby. And, this baby looks real fresh to me. And I'm just like, y'all couldn't have this sip and see maybe when the baby was like 6 months? No? Okay. I mean, I don't know what the time frame of this thing is. I've never been to a sip and see. Honestly, maybe that must be a down south thing because I ain't never heard of one in LA. So maybe that's the thing that y'all do. Nonetheless, next thing you know, Gunplay, he gets on the microphone, y'all. He does this rap speech situation, this thing that he was doing about the baby and, the baby arriving. And some type of way we ended this with him eating Von Shay's butt. And yeah, she's a bit embarrassed because he said all of that in front of her parents. I'm like, yeah, I would be kind of embarrassed as well. So, he actually says that he's going to go talk to her mom. Now, the conversation started off okay until we brought up that 3-page letter. Now, next thing you know, Von Shay done came over to interfere, with the conversation. And here's the thing. The mom don't seem like she about to apologize for nothing, okay? Whatever she wrote on them 3 pages, she felt that way, okay? So, here comes the mom. She's explaining that, she's giving Von Shay that space. And that's all we got. Because before the mom can finish, Von Shay interjected. She's like, you don't give me that space. You make problems in my life. Like, in that moment, I felt like Von Shay, she just stepped back a couple of years, you know what I'm saying? And went back to being like a bratty teenager. Because at this point, my question is your mom causing problems, or is she seeing a problem in your life and trying to advise you to leave this man before you get too comfortable with him? Which we have seen, again, what has happened in real life. Girl, your mama was trying to warn you about this man, but you was not listening. You was so busy trying to prove your mama wrong that you done fell victim to the foolishness, okay? So the mom is like, listen, we are not about to have this conversation today, and especially not here. So she done shut that down. Now we slide back over to Shay and Amada, and Shay feels like, Amada should have told her about what's going on between her and Safari. Girl, listen, she kept it to herself. Let it go. So now Amada, she's talking about how, Shay, you seem like you're insecure. And I'm like, well, how did we get to her being insecure because she feels like you're not open in your friendship? I don't think that's her being insecure. I think that's her being, nosy. And I also feel like because Shay tells you everything, she feels like it should be reciprocated. Because honestly, I feel like when y'all fell out, Amada, she took a step back from the friendship. It feels like y'all are still rebuilding the friendship. But Shay felt like they was just supposed to jump back and be exactly how they were once before. I think that's the issue here. Also, I do not like this blonde hair on Amara. Oh my God. Take that wig off. So next thing, here comes Shay. She's like, well, Safari said he's going to get a vasectomy, blah, 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 blah. And again, Amada, she calls her insecure. And I'm like, how are you getting insecure out of this? Because she's telling you information that this man just told her. Like, I'm confused. If this is your man, she's just trying to give you a heads up. So here comes Shay. She doing all this yelling. And I'm just like, girl, listen, don't tell Amara nothing else. If Amara want to play in Safari's face for the rest of her life, who really cares? Y'all, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about it. What do y'all think about Gunplay and his situation with Von Shay and the mama and all of that? And what's going on in real time? Also, what do y'all think about Trina and her nasty attitude? Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in the next review. Bye, guys.